How's the tour been?
It's been like ecstatic.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's great playing new music to new people. Looking forward to, my future musically.
Yeah.
It's such a great run with Mötley Crüe, and there's no retirement in the future for me. I'm just actually going to go out, and we have about 6 more months of touring with the crew, and a big celebration, and then I'm going to take literally a month, and then we're just going to go right back at it.
Right.
All 16s are going to be recording and touring for 6 a.m. and in 2007, drop a new record in 2017 world tour.
You're in a unique position because not a lot of guys that put a big band to rest have something else like this to go to, something that's already kind of in motion. So does that make the next chapter seem a lot easier to move towards?
I think they're totally separate.
Yeah.
I really compartmentalized the two.
Right.
What was important to me is to never do anything that I already did in Mötley Crüe, because I cherish that music and those times and those band members. So I would never want to try to replicate that.
Yeah.
I see a lot of times people go and they do the next thing, and it's like, well, it's just kind of the same as the other, and I think, why not just do Mötley Crüe?
Yeah.
Why would I go do another version of Mötley Crüe? So 6 a.m. is completely different musically, spiritually, emotionally, visually, and that gives me pride.
Right.
That gives me pride. The people that come to see us are coming to see 6 a.m. We don't play Mötley Crüe music. We never will play Mötley Crüe music. The day that we play our last show, I will never play another Mötley Crüe song, even if I wrote them.
Yeah.
I think that it's to be respectful of Mötley Crüe is the biggest gift I can give the fans.
Of course. So with you speaking about the differences with 6 a.m. music, the feeling I really get when listening to your album is that you guys are not afraid to diversify.
There's not what?
You're not afraid to diversify in terms of your sound.
Right.
So for you as an artist, where did that first come from, that willingness to try different sounds, not just stick to one formula throughout your entire career?
I think it's always been that way for me. Even in Mötley Crüe, lyrically, thematically, sonically, evolving, and you have to find something that in you that is real, and then you have to magnify that.
Yeah.
So whatever you're going through, you magnify that, and you write about it lyrically and musically. You get the texture of that, and 6 a.m. is obviously a different group of people, different group of different subject matter, because different things happening. So it's like if you're in one family, you're married, and you have that family, you have a certain chemistry with that family. Well, if you get divorced or your wife passes away and you move on and you start a new family, you're going to have a whole different energy, a whole different group of people around you, and it's going to be a different experience. Doesn't make it better or worse,
right?
But you have to be honest.
Yeah. Have you ever thought too much about? I was talking to one of the Foo Fighters a couple weeks ago about his new project, and I was wondering with him if there was ever any concern about being judged on your current new project versus your past. Was that ever something that you were concerned with, or that you were hoping people would just kind of take 6 a.m. and appreciate it on its own terms?
I thought about it. I don't really think they have anything to do with each other. As long as I'm respectful to Mötley Crüe, fans will be respectful to 6 a.m.
Right.
If they think that they're going to come and see one of those artists that, like, their encores, like Mötley's greatest hit, it's not going to happen.
Yeah.
Like, I would never do that to Mötley.
Yeah.
I think that each band member should go out and carve their own path. And I'm a big fan of each band member, so I know that they can and that they will.
Right. So speaking about DJ and James, surely this started off as a soundtrack for your autobiography, and now it's turned into this fully functioning, going down the road, making the albums kind of band.
Yeah.
So maybe speak a little bit to the bond that you guys had at that stage when it was just kind of an idea to now it's the future.
The whole idea was to score a soundtrack to a book.
Yeah.
And that accidentally turned into a #1 hit. And a band name behind it because radio wanted a band name to play. And there was no intention of us playing. And then that hit was so big that we were out on, Mötley was going out and doing a festival, and the promoters were like, man, this band is like on fire right now. And said to my band, what do you think we have 6 a.m., open? And they were like, that's totally cool. We support Nikki. So we did, and we went out and we played, I don't know, 40, 50 shows. And that gave us the first taste of what it was like to play live. We had no idea what to expect.
Right.
So then we started writing music, and a lot of it was influenced by my photography. Yeah. And that was This Is Gonna Hurt. And that album was really rich and really deep, and a lot of times very aggressive, more aggressive than the Heroin Diaries.
For sure.
But there was not an opportunity to tour around that between DJ's schedule with Guns N' Roses and mine with Mötley Crüe and James producing. When we went into doing Modern Vintage, we knew that it was the beginning of the future, but we wrote a record from a purely selfish position. We wrote a record of music that influenced us, and we wanted to continue the message. And we knew that at some point we wanted a tour. And there was this short window of time in Mötley Crüe's final tour that we had maybe 8 weeks. And so we went into rehearsals, really intense rehearsals, because the music's diverse and it's complicated.
For sure.
And it's dynamic. And we just put these 18 shows on sale, and we wanted to play smaller places and go out and feel what it feels like to be a band. And now we have the bug. We have the bug. We're already looking at booking next year right away. We just want to get right back at it. And I think if there's any part of me that thought maybe my touring life would be minimal, it was wrong.
Yeah. When did you realize, holy shit, I have another full-time project?
I think it just kind of dawned on us accidentally.
Yeah. Sometimes the best things happen accidentally, right?
Yeah. It's not some big master plan. But man, the band is so great live.
Yeah.
It's so strong, such a strong band. And really enjoyed performing these songs. And I love seeing these people out there that sing every single word. They really connect to the lyrics. The lyrics are real.
Yeah.
And that means a lot to me and James and DJ, that people are really connecting to the music and the lyrics.
Is that a harder thing to try and push forward nowadays with the pop market being the way it is and the music market being the way it is, to try and it's probably easy for you to write songs like that, but it's hard to maybe get people to take them and absorb them and not get distracted by Facebook or something?
First of all, you have to not care.
Yeah.
I've never been an artist that really, played, swam in corporate waters. I believe that great music will rear its head, and I have a lot of platforms that I use to help bring awareness to new music, including my own new music.
Right.
And so whether it's my radio show or social media and press and stuff like that. And then the number one thing is that we need to get out there and play in front of people, because every city that we play in is sold out, and every city we play in, our album sales go through the roof, because people know like maybe 3 or 4 songs and maybe 5, and we're playing for an hour and a half, hour and 45 minutes, and they go buy all 3 albums.
Wow.
And our labels, we've never seen anything like it, because of this they're discovering this gem. They're like, holy fuck, and they're like, all 3 albums are selling out in every city, which is nice. There's like a body of work. You ever find like a series that you like, and you get in, you find out that it's been around for 2 seasons, 3 seasons, and you can binge watch. Yeah. That's what's happening with 6 a.m.
Yeah, it's got to be fascinating. Because you've done so many different projects in your life. Have you started to look at 6 a.m. and think, there's a certain element about this that I've never experienced before?
Is there a certain thing about it?
Yeah, about 6 a.m. the experience, the music.
It's totally different than anything I've ever done. It's almost a spiritual experience with a positive message at the end.
Right.
I mean, as much as we get down in the dirt and play heavy and rock and stuff, and some of the lyrics are really dark. But when it pops to that chorus, accidents can happen. Lives of the beautiful people. Life is beautiful. Stars. It's like the whole place erupts.
Right.
And it's such an interesting thing because it's not it's a different kind of a rock band. So sometimes it's almost a little bit theatrical musically. And I think that for me, I'm going into uncharted territory, which is exciting because I feel like there's no limitations. There's no ceiling. We could do anything that we set our mind to musically. And that's exciting because, when you're in a band and you're in AC/DC or Van Halen, you're in Mötley Crüe or in Guns N' Roses, like you do something, you have a sound, and it's really potent and amazing. And 6 a.m. is a different kind of a band because nobody's really holding us accountable. So they're allowing us to just make pretty obscure and wide strokes, and we're taking advantage of it.
Right.
I mean, look at Before It's Over.
Yeah.
Like on the last song on the Modern Vintage album. I mean, that could be like career suicide for some bands. And then people listen to the lyrics and they go, what a dark song, but it's like Tin Pan Alley and mixed with some kind of, I don't know, some 50s
cabaret
stuff.
a little bit.
Cabaret. It's like, and we there was no fear. None of us in the band were like, oh man, this might freak people out.
Yeah.
Originally, it was the opening track of the album. We were like, let's just fuck them up.
I know when I listened to it, it was kind of like one of those left field moments where you're like, okay, well, all right, cool. Well,
wow, what was that? I didn't expect that. And I think that's what you should expect from us is the unexpected.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are your expectations for this band going to change once your Mötley stuff comes to an end?
They already have changed.
Yeah.
I'm loving finishing out the Mötley Crüe stuff, but my expectations are high for 6 a.m. And the first thing we got to do is we got to take it around the world and play in front of everybody, and then we got to release the right fourth record, and then we got to just go out there and do it.
Right.
My expectation is that we're an arena band.
Right. That's
So
good one to have.
Why not?
Yeah.
Let's go for it.
Well, I guess the last one, I get the sense of, not with all your music, but especially this album too, that it has a real purpose to you. So the album's been out for a little while now. So have you determined what it really means to you as a person, as an artist?
Well, the album is another step forward into territory that we had never done before. It also becomes part of the fabric of a bigger picture. You start to play these songs together live and you realize that they all fit together. But we don't write albums so they fit together.
Yeah.
So that's what's interesting about the band is this music, as diverse as it is and dynamic as it is, still somehow fits together. And the hugest compliment that I've gotten is some people have said, sometimes you guys remind me of what do they say, like kind of what Queen would do.
Gotcha.
In a sense that they would just do something completely left and completely right on the same record.
Right.
And that's the biggest compliment I can give because that's what I grew up with was Queen, Slade, Sweet, Mott the Hoople, T-Rex, Bowie, Elton John, Wings. So these artists wrote albums. So that's our intention is to write albums.
Right.
And even though it's a singles oriented market out there, people are buying our records because it's a full length experience.